The challenge was cruelly simple: survive in a pitch-black room for 7 full days. The production team would supply food and assign a psychologist to watch the participant's state of mind. If he endured until the end, the prize would be $1 million. But the question was, how long could anyone last in absolute darkness? George stepped inside dressed in pure black clothing, his golden hair the only glimmer of light in the room. He knocked on the door a few times, but it was locked immediately behind him. With nothing to do, boredom quickly took over. He even danced breakdance on the floor just to pass the time. Soon the first meal arrived, a plate of black rice and a glass of water. The taste was dull and unpleasant, but at least it filled his stomach. On the second morning, George washed and tried to clear his head. With no other way to occupy himself, he began spinning in circles endlessly until the floor was covered with footprints. Dizzy and exhausted, he collapsed, but at least hours had slipped away. When food arrived again, this time a dish of black sludge, his appetite failed him. He simply threw it into the trash. Day 3 was worse. George rolled across the ground, even attempted parkour against the walls. When he finally tired out, he curled up on the bed. The day's food was fried, pitch-black insects. He refused to eat a bite.
Всё, спасибо. Убирай.
On day 4, his mental state showed cracks. He stared for long stretches at the surveillance camera and spoke to himself constantly. The doctors claimed he wasn't insane, yet, perhaps fearing he would collapse from starvation, the team delivered a blackened hamburger. George devoured it gratefully, savoring every bite. The 5th day brought more spinning until he twisted his ankle. The meal, black dumplings, strange, but at least edible. He forced himself to eat, knowing he had to keep going. On day 6, George even tried crawling out through the food hatch, but quickly returned. He began speaking to the camera at length, imagining another version of himself to converse with. The loneliness pressed in on him, but he clung to the thought of the prize. By day 7, his mood brightened. The ordeal was nearly over. The food was a slice of black cake, and George gave a thumbs up, genuinely delighted. After eating, he repeatedly rammed the walls, desperate to push time forward to the end. Finally, when the last day concluded, the doctor opened the door. George had succeeded. Weary but victorious, he stepped out of the darkness and claimed his $1 million prize.